Beautiful. We'll just wait for everybody else to come on.
Yes.
And then we'll start our lesson. What can you see here? We have the opposite, yes? So we have red background, red apple, gray background. See, it's the opposite. And today we are going to learn about value. It is one of the art elements that we talked about at the beginning in our first lesson. So the value is the dark and the light of an object. So can you see here that it's light, and then on this side it's dark, and that way we get value. All right. Something though we're going to do before we start this activity. So, but first, just wait for everyone. It's 10 o'clock now, so people should be coming on. We'll just wait for them to come on. Okay. Hi, Dio. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do, for those of you who are just coming on, is make sure you have this photocopy. Okay. But before we do anything, I would like to do a very small activity or exercise in value with pencil. So this is what we're going to create, right? We're going to create something like this. Let me just put myself on. Dorothy, can you please allow me to spotlight myself?
Yes. Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Give me a second. Okay. Yeah.
Can I spotlight for everyone? You know that the option
Yes,
spotlight
yes. You
for
want
everyone.
which one you want? You want me to do for you?
No, I'll do
Yeah.
it. I'll do it alternately because there are sometimes that I want to see everyone. I'll do it for myself.
Sure,
So-
sure. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so gallery. Yep. And spotlight. Okay, so here we are. I want everybody to get an A4 size paper. This is A4, okay? First, we start with A4, then, all right, when we're doing our apples, we go to a large piece of paper, okay? But not now. Now, I want the small one. This is the big one, and this is the small one. So I want the small piece of paper, right, small, and I want everybody to do as I'm doing here. Have a look at my example. I want everybody to draw. I'm doing text so that you can see me properly, okay? I'm going to draw a line from 0 to 10, okay? From 0 to 10, like this. Can everybody draw a line from 0 to 10? All right, now with this, I want everybody to put a dot every 2 centimeters. For example, 2, so that's 0, and then I have 2, and then I have 4, a dot at 6, a dot at 8. So this is what I want you to do, okay? So 10 centimeter line across, and then I want you to do a dot for each one. Okay, now I'm going to draw a line under the ruler. See under here, under the ruler. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to finish at 10 centimeters. There you go. This is what I have. And now I'm going to turn my ruler the other way, and I'm going to draw a line down, right? And this side, right? And I'm also going to draw a line where that dot is. 1. How many dots? 2, 3, and the last one 4. So now I have 4 lines, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Well, rectangles. They're rectangles. They're not squares, aren't they? All right. So has everybody got that so far? Put your thumbs up. Put your thumbs up if you have this. Very nice. Beautiful, guys. Good job, everybody. Good job. Now, I want you to put the ruler under here again. All right. I want you to put the ruler under here again. I want you to draw another line underneath, like this. All right. And then I want you to draw just this space without the spaces, without the lines. Okay, just the big rectangle, one big rectangle. So I've got small rectangles here, and then I've got one big one here. And don't forget, this is how I did it. I did the width of the ruler like this, and then like this. Okay. Now hold up your work so I can have a look at your beautiful what you've just done. Very nice, Susie. Good girl, Dal. Now, my friend Fu, yours doesn't look like mine. You have made your square, your rectangle separate. Yeah, you've put a separation between them. Can you see mine? Yes, Jay and Ty. Dio, did you show me your work? Dio, I can't see your pencil is a little bit, yeah, I think that looks about right. Yes, your pencil is a little bit light and I can't see what you've drawn. All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. I want everybody to grab a pencil. If you have 2B, even better. And I want you to do, we're going to do a value scale. Everybody write the word value up top, right? Value. We're going to start with a very dark value right here on the side, and we're going to press it as much as we can, but without breaking the pencil. Okay, press as hard as you can with your pencil, but try not to break the lead. All right, we're going to make this very, very, very dark. All right, as dark as you can possibly make it. Now, as soon as we move across, guess what we're going to do in the next, right, in the next rectangle? We're going to make it a little bit lighter. So I want you to press a little bit less than you did before. Okay, so here we're going up grade, right? Up. We're going to go from dark to light. And that's what value means, doesn't it? I hope everybody remembers that. We go from dark to light. That's what value is. Talked about this, and we did something similar on our first day when we talked about the elements. So the first element we talked about was line, and then we talked about color. Do you remember last week how we did the color wheel? We did the color wheel and we learned about tint and shade, tone and hue. Okay, that was about color. Today we are learning about value. All right, now as I move across, I always make sure that it's just a little bit lighter. Okay. So I press a little, make sure that it's evenly distributed, all this color that I'm putting down, this pencil markings that I'm putting down, make sure that it's evenly distributed. Try to make it as even as possible. Sometimes I go around in circles. That's what I do. I don't go just up and down. I go round and round as well. Can everybody see the difference between my dark and then my light? Can everybody see the difference? Yes. All right. So, and then I'm just going to keep on going lighter and lighter until I get to my last rectangle. It's going to say square. It's not a square, is it? rectangle. Okay, so, and then of course I'm going to not apply any pressure, or should I say very little pressure, and there you have it. There's my value scale, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grade value scale. All right. Now this is value in pencil. We're going to do value in paint as well. Okay. When we start with our apples, we're going to do value in paint. Okay. So just so that you know. All right. So
Hello, teacher.
hi, everyone. Hi. You're a little bit late.
Hi.
Who's
Yes.
saying hello to me? Are you late coming into the class today? Are you, Ariana?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
because she has finished eating.
Sorry?
She has finished eating dinner.
Oh, okay. Well, we are doing this activity for value. If you can just create this little box. So this is how I did it. I got the ruler, right? And I just did 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, and 10 centimeters. And then these are 2 centimeters apart. If you want to do that and then go from dark to light, but that's okay. She doesn't have to do it. She doesn't have to do it. It's fine. Okay. So moving along, everyone, moving along. Now, this next part, I want you, yes, very nice, Dal, gorgeous, really, really good. A good, for, what do you call it? A good control of your pencil. Now I'm going to turn this around so it can be a little bit easier for me to do it. Now, this time I'm not going to put a line between the shade, the different tones, the different pressure. So I'm going to make sure that all of this is going to be smooth from dark to light without the lines in between. So I'm going to make this really, really dark on this side. But this time I'm going to make sure that it blends smoothly from dark to light. Does everybody understand? So blending without these lines in between, okay? So just blend it, and this is what it should look like. I did one of these the other day. Okay, can everybody see how here I've blended it so that it doesn't look like there are lines that separate one shade from the other. So you need to just go from dark to light in a smooth way, right? In a smooth way that ensures that there's no line that separates dark from the light. Okay, so it's just a seamless, right? There's no indication where one stops and one other shade starts. Okay, so there you have it. That's what I want you to do today. Hang on just a second. Yes. All right. So how's it all going? Oh, let me see. Now, Fu, this part here of yours, can you see what I'm showing you? This part here looks like there's a big jump. It looks like there's a line going down here on yours. So I want you to try and smooth that out, right? So there's no line. I don't want to see a line between the dark and the light, right? It should be a smooth transition. I know it's really hard. It's really hard to do. This is really difficult, but do your best. All right, when you guys are finished, I'm going to put it on gallery so that everybody can show me their work. Let me have a look. Ooh, looking good. Now, Dal, you two have got like a very sudden transition here. See this part that I'm showing you? Can you see this part here? I feel as though there's a sudden transition on yours here, where it's supposed to be a smooth from dark to light, this part here. It's very tricky. Let me see yours, Kitty. Kitty, show me your work. I can't see. Bring it closer. Good. Keep going. You've got a way to go. Keep going, Kitty. That's good work. Okay, some of your grades are not going from dark to light, but that's okay. You're 5, my darling. You're young. You're all right. Let me see. Now, Dio, did you understand the activity that I told you? You cannot put a line showing this dark, how it transitions. It should be smooth. Can you see how it's smooth from one to the next? Now yours is not smooth, Del, right? I don't want to see the difference between the dark and the light. Yeah, I want it to be gradual. Does everyone understand the word gradual? It means that slowly turns from dark to light and there's no direct line. It's smooth. Let me, you know what I feel like doing? I feel like maybe. Is that a little bit better? Can everybody see how it's gradual now? See? Del, can you see this dark here, Del? Can you see how this dark is not, you can't see a line on mine. You can't see a line that changes. You see? That's what I want you to do. And the only way you can do that is by pressing a little bit harder where the transition is. All right. Does everybody understand that we are doing an exercise in value? Everybody please say the word value. Value. Say it. Everybody say value.
Value.
Value. Value is the dark and light.
Value.
Okay, good. Value is the dark and light of a color. Now, everybody must have one of these. Can you take this? Okay, we're finished with that activity. Let's move on. All right, now I want everyone to, what? Oh, there it is. Okay, I want everyone to take their scissors. Do you all have a pair of scissors? And I want you to cut this apple out so it can be like this. Okay? I want you to take your scissors and cut out very carefully, especially around this, especially around the stem and around the leaf. I want you to cut it out very, very carefully. So take your scissors and start cutting this one out.
Teacher, did we cut an apple?
You have to cut it out around the edges, okay? Like this. With your scissors, cut around it, right? So that you can then have an apple like this, okay? Just one. So take your scissors, everyone. Nana, do you have your scissors and your apple? Do you have this? Nana, do you have this? Everybody should have one of these photocopies. If you don't, do you have this, Kitty?
Yeah.
Do you have this?
No.
You don't have this? Why not? Everybody should have this photocopy.
Teacher, but I do have it. Yes.
Who doesn't have it?
Cái này mình phải ra xuống. Ủa, chiếc TV 5 triệu.
So cut out your apple. That's right. You got to cut it out and it has to look like this. Okay. Everybody should have this after they cut out their apple very carefully. Do not cut inside the line. Do not cut outside the line. Cut exactly on the line. Kitty, do you have this? You don't have this? Kitty's mum, please, can you talk to me for a minute? Hello? Kitty? Hello, Kitty, I can't hear you. Can you draw her an apple like this at least? Kitty's mum?
My dad will.
Sorry?
My dad will.
Oh, your dad is bringing it?
Wait. Miss, I'm finished.
Okay, good. That's nice, Moon. Everybody have a look at Moon, please. That's what your apple should look like. Ready? Everybody look at Moon's apple. This is exactly, and food. Good boy, food. Very, very nice. Good. Excellent food and excellent Moon. Wait, we have two moons. We have two moons. How come we have two moons?
Yeah, look at me.
Let me see. Let me see. Wait, who's talking to me?
Teacher, look at me.
Yes, Susie, good girl. Beautiful. Very good, guys. Good job.
Sir, I have finished.
Good. Jay, that's fantastic. Good, Susie.
Teacher, I'm finished.
Good, Dal. Good, Kim. Good job. Ariana, do you have yours? Yes, good girl. Good, Ariana. All right. So everyone has their apple. Now, Junie, have you finished cutting your apple? Good, Jay.
No.
No. Are you still cutting? Good, Ariana. Hurry up, Junie. Hurry, hurry. I'm just waiting for Junie to finish and then we can start our activity. Now, before we do anything else, I want everyone to have these colors, okay? Black, white, green, and red. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Does everybody have these 4 colors? Yes? And I need a couple of paintbrushes as well. Make sure you have a couple of paintbrushes, right? I have like about 3 or 4 here. Got more than 3 or 4. I've got lots of paintbrushes. And I need you to have a palette. Now, my palette doesn't look like your palette. It looks like this. It's a tray. I bought it for $1. Yeah, it's very nice. It has an open space for me to mix my colors, right? So you need a palette, you need your paints, a paintbrush, and you need a jug of water, okay, so that we can wash our paintbrushes. And of course, when we paint, we should always have a cloth, yeah, a rag. This is what a rag is. It's just an old, you know, you can even have tissue if you want to. So you can have some tissues as well, okay? Yes, good boy, Jay. That's good. That's red. That's the color you want. Now, Jay, you want to be careful, please. I want you to listen to the instructions, okay? Don't start painting on your own. Everyone needs to listen to the instructions very carefully. Has everyone got a cloth? All right. Let's see. Okay. Now, first thing, sorry. First thing I want you all to do is take your A3 size piece of paper. Space here. Hang on, guys. Something I can smell something in my house I don't like. Wait just a second. Okay, I'm back. Everybody needs, oh, hang on, let me just take off. Everybody needs an A3 size paper, A3. Okay, has everyone got this? A3. All right, now I want you to take this and I want you to fold it in half like this. Very carefully, make sure that you get exactly the half mark. So as soon as you've done that, all right, like this, okay? So everybody should have an A3 size paper and I want you to fold it in half. All right, take your ruler and I want you take your ruler and I want you to draw a line down the center like this, right in the center of your page where that fold is, okay? Right in the center. I'm going to put a dot here where the fold is and a dot there, and then I'm going to join the two lines. So I make sure that my line is right down the center, okay? That's what I want you to do. Draw a line down the center. You can do it in pencil, you can do it in pen, doesn't matter. Now, I want everybody to hold their ruler down the bottom so that we can draw our apples on the same line, okay? We don't want this apple to be one high and one low. We are going to trace this apple. So I'm going to put my apple, just about 10 centimeters or so. No, not 10 centimeters, like about 5 centimeters. Now, when you are positioning your apple, do not make it too much to the side, do not make it too much to the left or to the right or too high or too low, okay? We're going to make it about 5 centimeters around there. But the reason why I'm holding my ruler here is because when I finish tracing this, I'm going to bring it on this side and I'm going to put it in at the same height. So I'm going to, let's start here. Now this is going to be used as a stencil. Does everybody understand what a stencil is? This is what you will eventually have. Everybody have a look at my picture. So we've got one apple. It's about 3 of my fingers. I've got big fingers, so maybe about 4 or 5 of your fingers from the bottom. That's why I've got the ruler here. I do not want this apple to be high and this apple to be low. All right, I want them to be at the same height. That's why I've got my ruler here. Can you see my ruler, my green ruler? I've got it there so that I know exactly where I'm going to put it. Now, again, you need to trace this in a way that is going to allow you to have the image. Make sure you do it in pencil. Now, this is paper, so it's going to be a bit hard to trace. Do your best. Try and just trace around the paper. Make sure that your pencil is leaning up against the piece of paper, right? Now I can do this fast because I'm an art teacher, but with you, you might need to take it very, very slowly, okay? Because you're probably not used to tracing something so thin. Normally, when you trace something, it has a bit of thickness to it, right? There you go. And there's my apple. Now I'm going to go over this so that you can see it, okay? I'm going to go over this so that you can see it. All right, because you can't see my pencil. All right, now watch me as I do this part. Marker is not working for me. All right, now watch me as I do this part. Are you watching? Everybody, I want you to follow this. Okay, so what have I got? I've got the stem going down, and they've got a small little smiley face. Yeah, it looks like a smiley face here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my stem into the middle, right? And then I'm going to do a small smiley face. So there you go. Okay, and that's what you need to do. All right, what's my next step? All right, my next step is to create the same image here. Now, look at my ruler. Can you see my ruler? My ruler is exactly this way across, okay? Now, I'm going to make sure that my apple is going to be placed again centrally, right? Do not put it too close to the edge, not too close to the edge this way or too close to the edge on this side. So all the way, make sure that it's nice and centered. All right, there you go, right there. And now with my pencil, I'm going to trace it again. Make sure that you go around the edges very carefully. That's it, all the way around. When you go around the edges, you have to go slowly because otherwise you'll come off the stencil and your apple will probably not look like an apple. It will probably look like, I don't know, a banana or something. All right, so there you have it. I'm nearly ready. And I've traced my apple. And there you have it. And now I'm just going to go over it again so that you guys can see it a little bit better. That's not something you guys have to do. Nobody has to do this if they don't want to go trace it. That's fine. It's not necessary for you to do. All right, now remember what I said about the stem and the smiley face, yeah? The stem and the smiley face. I'm going to bring, is everybody watching? Let me just take myself off here. Move spotlight. Okay, so everybody watching me as I do this, right? I'm going to bring my stem in the middle, right? And then I'm going to put a smiley face here, yeah? How easy was that? It's very easy. Okay, and now I have 2 apples that are evenly placed on my page. Okay, everybody should have this on their page now. I'm just wondering if I can turn it this way.
Con phải vẽ nào, con hướng dẫn là con vẽ cái vẽ ở giữa này, con phải tự vẽ. Con phải tự vẽ vào. Đây này. Đấy là giữa.
Okay, so everyone should have this so far. Okay, now we're going to draw. Now listen to the instructions again, please. Do not go ahead and do this by yourself until you hear the instructions. We are going to draw this line. This is what we call the horizon line, right? This is the line where the sky meets the earth. Let's pretend that that's the sky and that's the earth, right? Yes.
You're too fast.
Who said I'm too fast?
Me.
Who's me? Say your name.
Junie.
Julie, let me see where you're up to.
I only up to this.
Junie, where are you, Junie? Oh, Junie, I can't see your work,
Vicky.
honey. You've got
Dorothy
the
here.
blur, you've got your blur on. Yes, Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy.
Vicky.
Yes.
Hello. Some parent text me in the yellow that they said they get lost. So can you slow down a bit and then, provide a brief overview what you have done so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Some parent text me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically we're trying to get, for the parents who aren't, who think I'm going a little bit too fast, I'll just say it all over again. I just got my apple. This is my apple, right? I had a photocopy of my apple. I cut it out, right? That was my photocopy. I cut it out with scissors and I took this and I used it as a stencil and I put it here on my page, right? I had about 3 fingers from the bottom. I made sure that they were going to be the same height. So I put 1 apple on this side of my page and 1 apple on this side. So I've got this page. This is my A3 size page and I folded it in half, right? And I put 1 apple on this side and 1 apple on this side. Now we're going to draw the horizon line. So pay attention as I show you how to do this. Now we're going to put our ruler so that 0 is at the bottom of the page, right? 0. Turn it around, okay? I've got 0 at the bottom of my page and I'm going to put a dot where it says 10 centimeters, okay? Just a dot like this. And then I'm going to go into the middle, somewhere around the middle. And I'm going to put another dot just here. So I've got 2 dots so far. My 0 is at the bottom of the page, right? And then I'm going to do 1 more dot on this side, right? 0. And then I've got another 10 centimeters. So I've got now, how many dots? How many dots did I do? I did 3 dots. 1, 2, and 3 dots. And now I'm going to turn my ruler around this way and I'm going to make sure that I draw a line, but not through the apples. We do not draw lines through our apples, okay? Just around the apples in the background, okay? This is a background line. All right. Now, everybody keeping up? I want everybody to give me a thumbs up. Junie, are you keeping up with me? Junie, are you keeping up with me? Have you drawn your apples on your page?
All
right.
I'm not keeping up. Hello.
Is everybody keeping up with me now?
No.
So has I want everybody to have this drawn on their page.
No,
okay?
I
want you to have on your page. All right, now, are we all ready to start painting? Good girl, Del. Very nice. Let me see, Kitty. I can't see. Bring it a little bit closer to the camera, please. Oh, yeah, that's really good, Kitty. Good girl. Excellent job, everyone. Let me see, Jay. Jay, type in. Let's have a look. Beautiful, Del. Now, Del, your page was Del, your page was not quite A4 size, was it? Jay, your page A4, sorry, A3. This is supposed to be a large one. Do you not have a larger page? Jay, do you not have a larger page? Like Del, your apples look really, really large on that piece of paper because I think you're not using A3 size, are you? Yeah. Let's see, Susie. I can't see your work, please. You got to bring it somehow. I can't see it. Let me spotlight you so I can see your work. Yes, I can see it now, Susie. Do it again. Do it again, Susie. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Junie, let me see. Yes, your apples are really, really large. That can only mean that you've got a very small piece of paper, but that's okay. It is what it is. Good. Good. All right, let's move along now, shall we? Now, I want everyone to get onto their palettes. This is my palette. I'm going to put my paint on here.
Yes.
I want you to put in. I want everyone to put in red, white, and black. Okay, so everybody can see my red,
Red.
red, white, and black. There you go.
Ba màu để ba chỗ khác nhau rồi sao con trộn chung lại?
All right, so now we're going to start with our apple on this side, okay? We're going to start with the apple on this side. I'm going to get some white first. I want everybody to have a good look at where I'm going to put the white. Now, I want everybody to first look at this picture, all right? Can everybody see where I have white? I have white on the top of the apple, around that smiley face that we did. And I also have white here where the shine is. Okay, this is where I have the three whites, right? Good look at where the white is. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to add the white, right? Now, you're watching where I'm going to put the white? I'm going to put it just under the smiley face. Can everybody see this part of the apple? I call it the smiley face. And at the back of the apple as well, a little bit to the side. So the smiley face and the back behind, let me hold it up a little bit further, behind the stem. Okay. And of course, I'm going to the shine here, right? Lots and lots of paint, guys. Lots and lots of paint. Okay, so what have I done? Have I used white everywhere? No, I've only used it in certain spaces, okay? That's what I want you to do. Put lots and lots of paint just behind the stem, to the side a little bit, and where the shine is going to be. This is going to be the highlight where the sun, the light is shining. All right, now I'm going to wash my paintbrush out. Make sure that you wash it properly, all right, like this. Wash it. And make sure that you wipe your paintbrush as well, okay? Wipe it. And I'm going to dip into, actually I'm going to change my paintbrushes around because I like these ones better, okay? I'm going to take this paintbrush and I'm going to go over this. All right, so I'm going to take my red and I'm going to paint inside the apple, but not on the white part, okay? Do not go near the white part at all. So just paint where the apple is, right? Make sure you go around all the white parts. We don't want to put red on the white parts at all. Just everywhere around the apple except the white, okay? Is everybody doing this? Paint the apple red. Paint the apple red. Try not to go outside the line. I know sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but just do your best. Put lots and lots of paint. You don't have to use water because we've got it on paper, okay? Because this paper, I'm certain, I don't know what quality of paper you have, but if we put too much water on certain papers, it might actually put a hole in it. So we don't want to put any water, just using paint, acrylic paint. I hope everybody's got acrylic paint and not water paint. Watercolor paint is a little bit difficult to maneuver. You have to use a lot of water with it. All right, so make sure, like I said, we're going around white. We're not going anywhere near the white. All right, lots and lots of paint. And don't forget, I want to go in here as well because this is a dry section as well, right? Remember, this part here, we didn't go over in white. Behind, this is exactly behind the stem. All right, there you go. So this is what I want everybody to do so far. Okay, I'll wait for you. And as soon as you're finished doing that, I want everybody to hold up their work so I can see what they've done. My paint is drying so fast, my goodness. Looking good, guys. Let me see your work. Hold it up if you're finished, yeah? Let me see, Kitty. Ooh, nice. Did you put some red in behind? See here, Kitty? Do you see here behind stem? Did you put any red in there? Put a little bit of red behind the stem, just behind it. Oh, yeah. Well done, Kitty. Good girl. Good. Now, is there a stem in yours? I can't really see if there's a stem. Did you have a stem? Does your apple have a stem like this line here? It does? Okay. Didn't really see it. All right. I'm going to put on the gallery so that I can see everybody's work. When you're finished, I want everybody to hold up your work, please. I want to see what you've done. Okay, good, Kim. Now, Kim, you see just behind the stem here how I've got a little bit of red? Kim, can you see in here? Just behind the stem, I want a little bit of red in there as well.
Okay.
Good girl. Good. Very nice, Moon. Moon, can you put a little bit more red behind your stem here? Just a little bit. Wow, Susie, that's awesome. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, I've seen 3 people's work so far. I've seen Kitty, I've seen Moon, I've seen Susie, and I've seen Kim. 4 people. Everybody else, Moon, the other Moon. I've got 2 Moons here. Where's the other one? Jay, Junior, I haven't seen your work. Ariana, when you're finished. And Dal, I haven't seen your work. Good girl. That's very good, Moon. Where's my other Moon? Moon, are you going to show me your work? Are you the other Moon? 2016 Moon. Are you doing your work? Are you doing this activity too? Where is it? Where's your work? Yay, that's so pretty. Good girl. Yuki, let me see your work, honey, but you have to take off your blur in the background because I won't be able to see your work otherwise. Good. Keep painting. You haven't finished, Yuki. Keep painting. I want you to keep painting the whole apple except the white parts. Dal, don't unmute yourself if you're not talking to me, okay, honey? If you're going to talk to me, unmute yourself. Otherwise, you can keep yourself muted.
I'm not finished.
That's okay. I'll wait for you. All right. So can everybody just give me their thumbs up if you have finished your activity?
I'm not
Thumbs up.
finished. Sir.
That's okay, Junie. I'll wait for you. Don't worry. Good girl, Susie. Susie, did you show me your work? Can you show me your work, Susie? Ariana, that's fantastic. Excellent, Susie. Excellent, excellent. Good, Moon. Yep. All right, we're just going to wait for Junie and Del. So we're just basically painting the apple. Ooh, all my paint has dried. I feel as though I need to apply more paint now. You might have to apply more paint by the time we get to this part. All right. All right. Are you nearly finished? Come on, Del. Hurry up, hurry up. Hurry up, please. We're moving along.
Teacher,
Yes.
I was so distracted by the color, but I forgot the white place.
What? Let me see your work. I can't see anything, Jay. Oh, how come you haven't used, you haven't put a lot of color down? How come? Try and fill up all the white spaces. Yes, Oriana, that's beautiful. Good. Very nice. Beautiful work. Now, Jay, just put a little bit more color, honey, okay? Put a little bit more color.
A little bit of color, white.
A little bit more red. It looks like it's very little red. All right, now, I want everybody listening.
I need white right now.
All right, guys, are you watching? I'm going to put myself on spotlight and you can start watching me again. I won't put myself on. You don't need to look at me as I talk. Spotlight. All right, so I need everybody to take their paintbrush and wash it out, right? So I need a nice, clean, dry paintbrush. I'm going to just use another one. And clean it and dry it. Now look what I'm going to do here. I'm going to blend the white with the red. Now watch me as I do this. Can everybody see how I'm going round and round in circles? I'm blending, and it looks like it's turning into like a pink, right? I'm going to get rid of some of the paint that's coming off. So I need this part here to be very, very blurry. See this line between the white and the red? I want it to be very blurry. Do you remember how we talked about value and how it moves from one shade to the next? This is what I want you to do. I want you to make this line very, very blurry. Right? Now, see where I'm doing it? I'm doing it just along here. I'm mixing it in. I'm going round and round and round in circles. See what I'm doing? So that this can be very blurry. And don't forget, we also have this part. Now, you guys need to watch me as I do this before you even attempt to do it. Okay, Junie, you're watching? So just go round and round and round in circles so that this part is blending with the white. Now, don't get rid of all the white. I don't want all the white to disappear, so make sure you keep some of the white in. Okay, keep some of the white in. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm blending. See this part here where it's very red behind the stem? I'm making sure that that's going to blend in with the background, which is the white part, right? So that's all I'm doing. I'm blending the white with the red. Can everybody see what I'm doing here? Yes. Yes. I can't hear you. Whoever's trying to talk to me, I can't hear you. You're cutting out. Who's trying to talk to me? What's your name, honey? What's your name? What is your name? Is that you, Jay?
No.
Okay, so now that we've blended this red in with our white, both here with the smiley face and here just behind the stem, right? We've blended it in and it looks almost pink, doesn't it? As we're blending it, right? Now, I'm going to blend this part as well. See this part? I'm going to blend it. Now watch me, guys, because I can see that a lot of you are not even looking. Yeah, you're too busy with your own work. You to look before you start attempting to do this. Right, watch me as I blend this part in, get rid of some of the paint. And now I'm going to go around and around in a circle, but I'm not going to go to the very, very center. I'm going to make sure that it's just, right, a nice round circle like this. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white to this side. See what I just did? I made that nice and round. Now, guys, when you're adding white to this side, I don't want you to go past the center. This is the center. I don't want you to go past there. I just want you to go up to about 1/3 of the way, right? So do not go past the center. I want the center to be nice and red. All right, so there's nice and light color on this side. That's where the sun is. All right. And this is going to be just red right in the middle. Okay, see how I've got a light on this side. All right, I want everyone to make sure. Now I'm going to go over what I just did. What I just did was I blended the white. Remember the white part we put here in the smiley face and the back? I blended that with the red, right? I blended it with a dry brush. And now that looks like a nice highlight. Now make sure you don't go over all of the white. I want some of that white to shine through to be a highlight. And the same goes for this part here. Go round and round and round in a circle and just leave the very, very center completely white. And all this can be just blended. It doesn't matter the streaks, that were perfectly fine. And then I took some white and I put it to the side, right? Not to this side, because this is where it's going to be dark. We're going to add some shade here. Now, who remembers the word we use when we add white to a color? Who remembers that? We learned it last week. Who remembers what we call a color plus white?
Tint.
Tint. Who said tint? Good job. Good. What's your name? Who said tint? I can't hear you. All right, so everybody should be at this stage. Can you all hold up your work so I can see where you're at? I'm going to just put it on gallery so I can see your work, so I can see. Yes, very nice, Kitty. Good job, Jay. Jay, you need a little bit more white on one side where the white is. Now, Susie, can you see how I've blended my white with my red here? So see that line that you have here? I don't want that to be a straight line. I want you to gradually make it light to the red. So add a little bit more red where that big line is between.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so let me see your work, everybody. Hold up your work so I can see what you're doing. Now, Dal, remember, you have to make it transition smoothly. Show me, Jay. Show me your sister as well. Where's Ty? Good. Okay. Good. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Susie. Good girl. Now, Jay, I want you to put a little bit more color on your paint, on your canvas, okay? On your apple, a little bit more red. It looks like there's not enough red paint on it. Are you using acrylic paints? Jay and Ty should be using acrylic paints. Junie, I like it. Very nice. Kitty, let me see yours. Let me see yours, please. Beautiful. Very nice. Good girl. Now, good. Yuki, let me see. Yuki, let me see. Junie. Junie's nice. Yuki's good. Now, you see this spot here? Add a little bit more white to both of you. Yeah, I feel as though you've got rid of a lot of the white and it's not very much highlighted. Very nice, Sunny. In the middle here. Who keeps unmuting themselves? Kitty, don't unmute yourself. Yes. Ariana, that's good. Very nice. Good girl. Right. Now, are we ready to move along? Come on, Dal. Come on, honey, hurry up. Oh, now with you, Sunny, I want a little bit more red in the middle here. See how mine's red? Yours is, you've taken your white right? Your tint, and you've brought it along too close to the middle. I want you to bring your tint about 1/3 around here. I want you to stop doing it, right? But blend it in. So I feel as though you've got too much white on yours. So I need you to bring a little bit more red into it. Do you understand, Sunny? Yeah?
Yes.
Good. So a little bit more red here in the middle for you. Good, Oriana. All right. Now, going back to this. Now, I want everyone to wash their paintbrushes out. We're going to add a little bit of, who remembers what shade means? Who remembers what shade means?
Teacher, I know. I remember.
Yeah. Tell me, Jay.
It is it is a color mixed with black.
Good boy. Excellent. Excellent work, Jay. So take your palettes. Right? I want you to mix a little bit of the black with the red. Right? So mix it. That's too much black. Right? Just a little bit. Put a lot of it because we're going to do the background as well. Actually, I want you to make a lot of this color. Right? So we're going to make this color and we're going to add it to the side here because that's what's going to give it the impression of a dark value. Yeah. Remember how we did that value? We did our best to press really, really hard so the pencil could be really, really dark. That's what we're doing. We're adding black in order to create a dark value, right? Now, who can see my apple? Who can see how on this side it's going to be darker than on the other side, right? It's easy.
What?
Yes, now do not bring your shade too close to the middle because I want the middle part to be white. Red. Yes, Del.
The dark red. What color do we make the dark red?
Well, you can't make a dark red. Red comes straight from the tube. Oh, you mean this part? Well, do you remember last week's lesson? Remember, Del, last week's lesson where we talked about shade? Shade means color plus black. I just did it here. I'll show you again, right? I've got my black. Where's my black? Right? I've got my black. And then I've got my red, right? And then I used it together and I mixed this shade here, this shade, which is red and black. And then I'm adding it to the side of my apple. Understand, Del? Del, do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. All right, Jay, are you doing this activity? Are you doing this activity? Good. So there you have it. And there's my apple. Somebody's trying to talk to me, but I can't hear you. Let me see who's talking to me. Oh, Kitty, yes. Yes, good girl, but I want you to blend it a little bit, yeah? Blend the side. It doesn't have to be too dark, right? Just blend it a little bit so it can move into the middle area, but do not go too close to the middle. Let the middle be red. Can everybody see my picture here? How the middle part of my apple is still red, but the side is shade and the other side is pink. Say it again.
Nhưng mà nó sẽ mờ rồi đấy.
Okay, so with that same tone, I want everyone with that, sorry, not tone, with the same tint, I want everybody to paint this side, not that side, not the side where the apple is, the opposite side. So take that shade and I want you to create that color down the bottom here, right? Make sure that you don't go over the apple. Try and go around the. All right. So what am I using this? What color am I using for this part? What color am I using for this part? Shade, which means color plus black. All right. So that's just my color plus black. I'm going to put this underneath here because I don't want to dirty my table. Okay, so this is what everybody should have by now. Let me just show you. Okay, this is what you should have. What color? Oh, I've got paint all over me now. Oopsie. All right, this is what you should have. You have the apple, you have the tint on one side, you have the shade on the other, and then you have the shade down here, right? This part is shade.
Đúng, mình hết chưa?
All right, we have to move along, guys. Hurry up, please. Use large paintbrushes for these large areas. Move along because the time is running away from us.
Không cần nữa. Đi đỏ này. Dạ.
All right. So now I'm going to take my red, right? And I'm going to put my red, just plain red, right? I'm going to put it here on top of this. Where my blank apple is, I'm going to put red here, just plain red. I feel as though I could go a little bit darker here, to be honest. I feel as though this is a little bit too light. So I'm just going to make this a little bit darker shade. Yeah, remember how I said this is going to be the shade? I feel as though it's way too light and I kind of want it to contrast with the other background, this background here, right? I want this to be a different color to the one that I'm going to put now. All right, so let me just make this a little bit darker. All right, and now Now, this part up here is going to be all red. Okay, now when you're painting, oops, my paintbrush was a little bit dirty. Got a little bit of black on there. Okay, so when you're painting, be sure not to go over the apple. Yeah, we don't want any red to go onto our apple because this is going to be a grey colour. All right. So just put plain red all around, and we want it to contrast with the bottom part because this is going to be red, and this part down here is going to be shade red. Yeah, like a shade. This is what we call the hue. Yeah, do you remember that word? Hue. We're just going to paint the hue here around this apple. How's it all going? I hope you're going outside the line or inside the line, like I just did here. It's all right if you do, it doesn't matter because we're going to go over it with grey anyway. So do your best to try and stay within the lines. Yep. All right. So now this is what I have. Okay. This is what I have. You should all have the same. Now, with your stem, the stem on this apple, I want it to be black. So take a nice thin paintbrush, make sure that it's nice and thin, otherwise you're going to make terrible mistakes, right? It's going to go everywhere. So I want this stem to be black, like so. All right? Completely black. Don't do the leaf because we're going to do a leaf. That leaf we're going to do green. We're only going to put a green leaf on this apple, not on the other one, because this apple is going to be all grey. Okay, so don't make the mistake of putting the green leaf on both apples. It's not. This is the coloured apple. The green goes on this side only, right? Because a lot of the other students, they've accidentally put green on both leaves. All right, so now with my shade, I forgot to say here, we probably want to put a little bit of shade in here as well. Yeah, just behind the stem. I'm just dabbing it. I'm not even really painting it. I'm just dabbing it. Right? Just dabbing it. There you go. So there's my first apple, my colored apple. So when you guys have finished making this apple and you've finished doing the background, I want us all to move over to this grey now. When you're finished, I want you to show me your work so I know that you're finished, and we can move over to the grey now. Okay. Let me know when you're done so so that we can move. I'm going to put my gallery on so that I can see some of your work. If you're finished, I want you to hold up your work. Wow, Junie, that is excellent. See here where, Junie, I want you to, in here, I want you to put a little bit of dark red here. Can you see where I'm showing you? Hey, Fu, why are you painting on the one that we cut out? Why are you using that to paint? Why don't you use this paper, the A3 size paper, like me, like everybody else? We're not supposed to draw on the stencil. That was supposed to be your stencil. Understand, Fu? Yeah? How come you didn't paint that red on your paper, on your A3 paper? Yuki, let me see your work, please. Elsa, I haven't seen your work at all today. I know what I can do. I can just scribble this around like so. That's better. That's better. Such a clever cookie. Such a clever cookie. Ooh, Dell, I like it. Dell, put it up again, please. I want to add a spotlight for you. Do it again, please. Have a look at Dell's work, everyone. Looks amazing. Very nice. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Beautiful. Who else wants to share their work with me? I encourage everyone to, whoa, Junie, good. Now, Moon, where's that red in your apple? You've made it all gray. I feel as though you've made all your apple gray now. You've made it into a tone. Now, Kitty, yours needs to be a little bit blended, yeah? Your black with your red on your shady apple needs to be a little bit blended. That's nice, Susie. I like what you've done there. Good. All right, so now we are ready for our grey. If you are ready for your grey, put your thumb up, please. Put your thumbs up. Yes, Susie's ready. And Yuki is ready. Yuki, are you ready? And Junie's ready. Junie's ready. Yuki, are you ready for your grey? Is that a thumbs up? I can't see you. Put your thumbs up like this, everyone, if you're ready. Not many people are ready. Fu, are you ready for your grey apple?
I want to paint that gray apple.
I know, me too, Julie. I can't wait. I want to do it now. All right, so everybody needs to do the same as what we did for the red apple. We need to put the white in. Who remembers what we did with the white? Do you remember what we did with the white on this side? Right? Let me
We color gray.
We put the white part in. Wait, let me just show the spotlight. All right. So here, wait, is my paintbrush nice and clean? I'll get another one. Now, with my gray, can everybody see here how I've got light along here in the back and at the front with that smile? And then I've got, what do you call it? The highlight. Yeah. So here I'm going to put my highlight on the same side as what I did with my red apple, right? You can't really see it. I know it's a little bit difficult to see, but we've got white here and white at the background behind the stem. All right, like this. All right, like this, like this, like this, and like this. Put lots and lots of white paint. We're going to blend it in a moment. Remember what we did, how we blended it? All right, and then I've got my round circle here. All right, now when you finish doing that, I want you to make a nice mid-gray. When I say mid-gray, I'm going to take all this white. I might even add a little bit more white. I'm going to add a little bit of black to it. I'm going to mix it up to make a nice middle. Oops, I don't want to get any red on it. Oopsie. Don't get any red in your gray. It's a disaster. I'm going to put a little bit more white there. A little bit to the side because I'm going to need that for my tint. Right? Now, let me see if I can get a nice mid-gray. When I say mid-gray, what do I mean, kids? A gray that's not too dark and not too light. Okay, something in between. So I want you to make a lot of that because we're going to use that for our background soon. I think that's a nice mid-gray. What do you think? Yeah? Do you like that gray of mine? Yeah, I like it too.
Gray.
Yeah, I like that gray too. So now I'm going to get a nice, where's my paintbrush? And I'm going to paint everything here mid-gray except the white parts. Yeah, except the white parts. Look how quickly I'm doing it because I'm using a largish kind of paintbrush. I'm making sure that when I get close to the white, I'm not touching the white. Yeah, I just want it to be outside of white, not touching it. There you go. There you go. Oops. Just a little bit of the white. All right, there's my mid-gray. Everywhere except the white parts. Now, don't forget in here between in here just behind the stem, okay? And this is all you need to do so far, okay? Now, I'm going to put lots and lots of paint on there because I'm going to have to blend in the tint and then the shade, right? And it has to be nice and wet because I want it to blend. I want it to slide across, all right? Now, I'm going to take nice clean paintbrush. I'm going to wash my paintbrush. Oh, look how many paintbrushes I've accumulated. Ooh, I just dropped water. Okay, I'm going to clean my paintbrushes, all of them now. Okay, I've got nice clean paintbrushes now. All right, make sure everybody's got nice clean paintbrushes because now this is the tricky part. Now everyone needs to pay attention here. This is the most difficult part in this whole painting. All right, so watch me as I do this so that you can do something similar. All right, now it's this part. Oops, wait, my paintbrush is not quite clean. Wait, it's this part here that we need to blend. Do you remember this part here? We need to blend it in with the gray. So we don't want it to show, we don't want this line to show. We want it to be blended. Just like we blended our value when we did with the pencil. I'm going to take a little bit of this paint off. All right, so we're trying to blend the bottom part with the top part of the water of the white. So we don't want that straight line. We want that line to be blurry, all right? And I'm going to do this part as well, this top part as well. See that? I'm going to make sure that that's nice and blended as well, like so. Okay, and this part. So it's all going to be blended.
Teacher,
Yes. Yes.
you are too fast.
Too fast? Who said too fast?
It's me, Junie.
Junie, where are you? You're the one that wanted to. Where are you, Junie? You're the one that wanted to do it. This the gray. Where are you up to? What are you up to? What are you up to?
With you. I'm up
Show,
the gray apple.
show me your work.
Read. You're way too fast.
Ooh,
I'm
Dal,
just
that's
coloring
gorgeous.
my apple.
Okay, keep going, keep going. I'll wait for you. Dal, that's fantastic. You better hurry though. Junie, can you use a larger paintbrush, please, so you can do it quicker? Do you have a larger paintbrush?
Yeah, I have a large.
Good. Use a large paintbrush so we can work a little bit quicker. Because look at the time, we've got half an hour left.
Hey, are you mixing your color right? There's no more on white.
So, there's just behind there.
And this is green, black. You know, same. Let's do it. Oh yeah. I'm not forgetting the white and dark.
All right. So for those of you who remember what we need to do, right? Who remembers what we did here? Yeah, we have to just go round and round, but make sure that we don't go to the very middle of that white because we want that white to show. Just go round and round. Just as you're moving out, it gets a little bit blended. Okay, you must understand this word blend. And of course, on this side, I'm going to create a tint and I'm going to make sure that it blends, but not all the way to the center of the apple. We want it to just be about 3/4 of the apple.
3/4.
3/4 of the apple here on this side. So we don't want to go all the way to the middle, just 3/4, but we want it to blend it as much as possible. So we don't see that straight line. Let me just hold it up a little bit so you can maybe see it a little bit better. Now, what's missing from this picture? Who knows? What do I need to do now? Have I done my shade yet? No, I haven't done my shade yet. So I need a little bit of black, right? This is going to be my shade color. So it's just basically going to be a dark gray, right? And I'm going to put it on the side. And I'm going to put it about 3/4 of the way into the apple, not much further because I kind of want that mid gray to show in the middle of the apple. All right, now what I want to do is put a little bit of that dark gray, that shade, in there right behind the stem. Yeah, just like we did with our red apple. A little bit, just a few dabs. Okay. I feel like I need to put a little bit more black back here.
Hey, Jimmy, is the next. No, màu bạc. Nếu mix màu đỏ mà. Mix màu sáng đâu, cái này mix màu sáng đúng.
Yeah, you need some keyword first. That's like where you do it. The answer is where the focus on value that.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my my stem here. Who knows what color stem I'm going to have on my gray apple? Who can tell me what color my stem? Who can tell me what color this part's going to be? This stem, it's going to be the same color as my other stem. It's going to be black. Okay. My stems in both apples are going to be black. Now, who can tell me what color this leaf is going to be? Let's have a look at the example. What color is my leaf on this one? What color is my leaf on this one? It's gray. Yeah, it's gray, mid-gray with a little bit of shade as well. So I want everybody to first paint their stem. All right, paint their stem. And then I'm going to do my mid-gray here as well. My mid-gray is going to be the same color as my mid-gray, that the one that I did the whole apple with. That's the color I'm going to use for my what do you call it? The leaf. Okay. Right. So I'm going to make two tones here. So I'm going to make a gray with a darker color and a gray with a lighter color. So I've got two different grays going. I kind of like the variety. You know, it's like the leaf has a little bit of interest when it has two different colors. It's not just going to be one color. So that's what I quite like, just to break it up a bit, just to bring a little bit of interest to it.
Teacher.
Yes.
How about that red apple?
Show me. Show me what you've done, Junie. Oh, yeah, I like it. Now, are you ready to do the background? We have to do the background of this side, yes? So I want everyone to take the mid-gray. What happened?
Trực tiếp vào trong cái lọ đâu nhá, con lại pha hết màu ra đây nhá. Đây này, anh để sẵn rồi dùng màu đất luôn.
Teacher, I'm finished.
Wow, that's excellent, Dal. I like it. Okay, so now everybody grab your mid-gray, the mid-gray that we talked about earlier, and I want you to put it down here. Mid-gray down the bottom.
Teacher, I'm finished.
Yep.
But my apple is a bit soggy.
What is it?
My apple is a bit soggy.
Soggy. You put too much paint on your apple, did you?
Yes, I used too much gray.
Oh, that's okay. It'll dry. It'll dry eventually. It's a sunny day there, right? It's you guys have got summer, so it should dry in no time.
Yeah, yes. The key idea of keep people with attention
mà tôi ở chỗ này
and make the product more special.
Okay, so we're using our mid gray here at the bottom, right? Okay, now, as soon as I finish my bottom part here, I'm going to create a dark gray, right? A shade gray. A dark gray, let's just call it a dark gray, so that I can do the background, right? This part up here, right? And you have to make a fair bit of it because this is quite a large space. So just so that you don't run out of paint, you have to make a fair bit of it so that you don't have to find a way to create the same color if you run out. So I'm going to put a little bit more white on my palette, right? I'll put a little bit more white on my palette. And then I'm going to add some black to it. Right, so it can be a darker gray. Probably need to get a little bit more black too. Try not to get any red in it. We don't want a red gray, that's for sure. We want it to be pure gray, just a little bit darker than usual because we want it to be a different gray. Okay, we don't want it to be black. That's a nice dark gray. Okay. And now we're going to add it to this background here. I'm just going to turn my page around. Now, you guys can do the same. If it suits you to turn your page around, please do. Use large paintbrushes, guys, to get this paint on. I'm using a middle-sized paintbrush. I'm not using my small paintbrush. It's going to take me forever to get this paint on this surface if I use a small paintbrush. So everybody needs to know when to move from a medium-sized paintbrush to a large or a small, okay? You all should know. Now, we've only got like about 15 minutes left, so you need to probably use a large paintbrush, whoops, for this part, just so that you can apply the paint quicker. Now, when you get close to the apple, it's a very good idea to change over to the small paintbrush because when you get close to the apple, you might make a mistake. So it's probably a good idea to get the small paintbrushes, right, and to get into those corners. Now, I'm going to change my paintbrushes over in a minute. I'm going to just do this part before I change over to my small paintbrush. Okay, now here's my small paintbrush. Here's a pointy. Can everybody see my paintbrush? I'm using a pointy one. Yeah, can you all see my paintbrush? This is a pointy one so that I can get into those corners. Yeah, makes it easier to get into those corners there. There's a point. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Is everybody having a fun time creating this artwork?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? I love painting. But it's important that you have good instruction as well, because if you're painting and you don't have the right instructions, it's not going to be, probably just going to be a big mess. Yeah. Does anybody like to use YouTube videos to create paintings? Have you ever done that before? Has anyone used YouTube to learn how to paint? They're very good. Very good idea. If you like art and you like to continue to learn, YouTube videos are excellent. And just go for the beginners there. Go for the beginners ones. Just so that you can learn a few things, a few techniques, some tips. And you can watch it again and again and again. Just like this video, actually. If you guys feel as though you missed a few of the instructions, you can go over the video, can't you? Yeah. This video is going to be available to you. Did you know that? And you can watch it again and again and again. All right, I'm really close to finishing. Now, I want everybody to pay attention to what I'm going to tell them now. Ready? So, you ready? Is everybody watching me? Hello? Yes. Eyes on me, please. I want to do a shadow down here, right? Now, the shadow is going to come, the sun's coming from this side, right? The sun's hitting this. So we're going to create a shadow, and we're going to do something like an oval here, right? With that same shade, right? One that I did up here, right? It's the same color, same paintbrush. And I'm going to just move it across, right? Like this. Like this. All right. Across here. And when it comes to this side, now, guys, do not, mistake there, do not make it too large, okay? Just like an oval, right? And on this side, I'm going to create a red. I'm going to create a dark red, an even darker red, okay? So I'm going to use the shade that I used earlier with red, but I'm going to make it a little bit darker. So can you see the colors that I'm mixing here? And on this side, I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Oh, that was way too dark. All right, that was way too dark. Might need to add a little bit more red to this because I've made it too dark. Right, just a little bit more, a little bit lighter. Now here, I'm going to do exactly the same. Are you watching? Hello, anybody watching? Guys, you need to make the shadow under here, right? And we're only going to put like an oval, right? We're going to go on this side because it's the sun's coming from this side. There's going to be a shadow here, okay? I feel as though it can go a little bit darker. All right. There you go. All right. So the last thing I want to put on my picture is the green leaf. Remember what I said, there's only one green leaf and that's here, okay? What I'm going to do, because I just want to put a little bit of green, I'm just going to put some green straight onto my leaf. That's what I do sometimes. I use my paint, my canvas or my picture as a palette. So I don't really need to put it on a separate. There we go. And I'm just going to swish that around in there and make sure that that's a nice green. Now, guys, have you noticed how on this picture, the green is a little bit transparent? Do you know what transparent means? It means see-through. So if that happens to you with your green, you just add a little bit of white to it, yeah? So that way it can become a little bit more opaque. Opaque means thick. It's not see-through. Yeah? So I'm just going to get, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to get a little bit of white and you'll see the difference in a minute. So that's my green. It's a little bit opaque. It's a little bit see-through, transparent. So I'm just going to add a little bit of white so it can have like a thickness to it. And there you have it. And there you have it. All right, I'm going to have a few different shades. Yeah, maybe I'll just go a little bit lighter here. There you go. What do you think? Do you like your apples? Are you enjoying painting apples today? And this is the end product. Let me hold it up so you can all see. Let's see.
Peter,
Yes.
one of my apple is soggy, one is very hard.
Which one? Which one is hard?
The right one is hard and the left one is soggy.
Yeah, that's because you put a little bit
Teacher,
too much
I made
paint.
a mistake.
Hey, Kitty, I like what you did. It's so amazing. Can you hold it up, please? Wow, that looks excellent, Kitty. And you too, Moon. Good job, you guys. That looks so good. Hey, Judy. Well done. I love it. Guys, can you
Teacher,
please,
this is my little sister, Kate.
everybody please put their artwork in Zalo? Put your artwork in Zalo so we can see it. Judy, that's excellent. Well done. Good boy. You too, Kitty. Good job. I'm gonna put on the gallery so you can all share your artwork. Yeah, nice one. Nice one, Dal. Ooh, you got Susie, that's really nice. And you got to just do your background and then your green leaf, yes? Moon, let me see yours. Moon 2016, let me see yours, honey. Moon. Moon. She's frozen. That is so good, Dal. Are you happy with that? Yeah, are you happy with your work?
Yes.
Dal, Are you happy with your work, honey?
What did you say again?
I said, are you happy with your work?
Yes.
Good. I'm also very happy with your work.
What again? Mom, mẹ ơi, con đi sẽ đi text này xưa là
Jay, can I see your work, please? Let me see your work, Jay.
lá phổi này là cô ơi. Cái vậy cái tôi
What did you say, Kitty? I didn't hear you. You keep cutting out, Kitty. You don't have a very good connection. We don't have a very good connection. I barely understand what you're saying to me. I think you keep cutting out. Okay, guys, 5 more minutes. I want everybody to hold up their work so I can see everybody's. Moon, are you nearly finished? Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh.
Very soggy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. That's fine, Jay. It's the effort. You've made an incredible effort. Well done. Wow. Now, Yuki, did you have an A3 size paper?
I do not have
paper like this?
No, I don't have paper like that.
Okay, that's fine. And I noticed that you put a little bit of blue in the background. Elsa, did you show me your work, honey? Nice, Moon. Good girl.
So, come back to your question, should we use complete sentence? It depends on how you use complex sentence. Because complex sentence will be a way to read the length of your answer. I love opposite, which and
Teacher,
Yes.
I want to something.
Oh, Ariana, nice one. Who's talking to me? Moon, is it you? Dal, that's gorgeous. You guys did so well.
Teacher,
Yes. Yes, Junie.
I want to tell something to you.
Yes, my
Picture
darling,
is-
tell me. Tell me.
Your picture is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I did. I love drawing these apples. Maybe you can try doing this again by yourself at home. You can listen to this video again and again and again. Okay, and you can make an effort to redo your own apples. Okay. Who wants to try? Who wants to try doing these apples again? Does anybody want to try doing these apples again? You, Junie? Yeah? Good. Very nice, Moon. It's very good. Good girl.
Just like when you look
Teacher,
Yes.
I think in all of us, your picture is the best.
Ah, thank you. That's so sweet, Jay. Thank you for saying that.
learning is somehow very similar to the
As long as you guys had a good time and you learned a few things about painting today. Okay? Important that you're learning How to do this by yourself. You can do this by yourself at home. Just listen to the video again. Watch the video again.
Yes.
Yeah, and do it by yourselves. You just need the right materials. Okay. Very nice, Ariana. Beautiful. Okay, don't forget to put these up. I want everybody to put these on Zalo, okay? Put up your work because I want to see your beautiful artwork. All right? All right. Sorry. All right, now guys, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I really enjoyed this activity with you. Next time, I want you to watch on Zalo, and Miss Dorothy is going to send you a photocopy. You to watch 2 videos.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Next week, I will tell you a
Thank you,
secret.
Vicky.
Goodbye,
Bye.
teacher. Bye, teacher. Next week.
See you,
I want to
everyone.
tell you a
Bye.
secret. Next week, I'll tell you a secret.
Bye, Dorothy.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Vicky. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye, everyone. See you.
Bye,
See you next
everyone.
week. Good job today. Good work, everybody. Good job. Moon, you're funny. Bye.
Bye. You can end now, Vicky.
Yeah.